Hello, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to Podriplegic. We have the whole crew here, and we also have a guest speaker here, Joe Kearney. And he's got a couple things to say. Nothing about the Dallas Cowboys. Well, okay, so his room is littered with Dallas Cowboy stuff, just for those that are just listening. But
hey, love them.
We're getting together today. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a little fun, and I hope you all enjoy it. So here we go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joseph Kearney. I'm the president of the Kearney Foundation. I created the Kearney Foundation in regards to my mother. Well, anyway, as you know, I'm paraplegic, and my mother had dementia. She was living with me, and I couldn't stop her from going outside the door in the middle of the night. So for the key person safety, I had to put her in a nursing home, but I promised her I would do everything she asked me I would do, and I did it. You know, and so I used to go to nursing homes so much, people used to ask me to bring like McDonald's or something, like Church's Chicken or something, what's $5, So I got in trouble for doing it. So I created the Kearney Foundation after she passed. It took a year. She passed in 2018. I started in 2019. And what I do is I go into nursing homes on Christmas. I have socks right now. When I got a new thing I have for the kids to be involved, I get like diabetic socks, and they get to draw on the bottom of the socks like slippery stuff so the people don't slip or nothing. So that gets the kids involved. So that gives them whatever is on their mind, I let them do that. And what else I give them blankets. It depends. I give AM, FM radios for those who like to listen to music, gospel, sports, that they don't get an opportunity to listen to, and I give them pajamas so they can feel clean when they take a shower or bath. They can have something fresh, pajamas, slippers, whatever I can see what the need is. I usually wrap everything. Everything's have to be wrapped. But I used to be a CNA myself, and I work with dementia and Alzheimer's patients. So I can somewhat read their disability without nobody telling me, by communicating with them. And so, but I have, my grandmother had dementia also. My grandfather had Alzheimer's. So I'm very experienced at it. So I go into nursing homes basically because, a lot of the people in nursing homes, veterans and all, their family don't even come visit them. They live right around the corner, don't come visit them. And you think even if they live that close, they would at least come see them for the holidays or their birthday or something. They don't do none of that. So I took it in myself, and that's what created the Kearney Foundation. And because the Christmas was a very important day to my mother. So if I can bring joy to nursing homes for Christmas, I'm going to continue to do it. I don't try to overwhelm myself, and I got a little bored and we're expanding. But I go right now, I did South Mountain, Maryville, Encanto. That's for the first 3 years. I'm going to add another one, maybe 2 on this year to see. It depends on what kind of turnout I get, because next year I know I'm going to have a good little spread, because what I'm doing is I'm having a wheelchair marathon. I'm trying to get it approved to go at Cesar Chavez Park for first year. And I got people that's going to donate wheelchairs for people that's walking and stuff, so they can understand what we go through in wheelchairs too. And I want to get sponsored. I'm looking like late October next year.
You
can build sponsors.
Joe, you should check. You should check with us at the Arizona Spinal Cord Injury too. We may have some wheelchairs we can lend out, so that may be something we can do.
I think me and Don might win that. If you said marathon, if it's sprint, we'll probably lose. But a marathon,
I can get
Don, we got a chance.
I think what we should.
I think what I want them to do. The ones that at least try to make a mile. It's a 3.1 mile marathon, 5K. But see, people don't realize how many people do 3.1 miles every day.
Yep.
in these wheelchairs, going into the doctors, getting on these buses, going this place, going to the grocery store. They put 3.1 miles on every day, and and not complaining. And some people complain about walking a mile. So
yeah, you know what I would be
I just want
interested in? People have people who have iWatches or Apple Watches. They have the wheelchair mode on them now, and it counts your pushes. I'd be interested to see how many miles people put in on a day.
Oh, I could tell you. I do mine. I count like when I go to the gym or when I'm out. When I'm at home, during the day I don't. But I use the wheelchair mode, and I do I go to Ability and work out, and they have an adaptive stepper for us. So I do 1,500 steps on there, and then a day out, easily at least 2,000 pushes, if not more.
Wow.
How many? I don't know what's 2,000 pushes.
That's what they say. My watch, I look at by the end of the day, I look at like if I go out to the grocery, like I said, to the grocery store or go out. But I have done almost like 4,000 one day. But I mean, I went to the zoo.
I'm just wondering like how far that is.
I don't know. Oh, in miles. Okay, I can't remember as far as miles, but I'll make sure because it does convert it to miles. I only look at the pushes. But I don't really pay attention. I don't really pay attention to the miles. I just see how many pushes that I do.
Well, for the next time, convert one over for me. I'm interested. That's a very interesting. I think that's a very interesting thing to see how far people really do push every day.
Oh no, it'll tell you. I just don't like I said. It has the pushes, and then it has your miles, and I forgot what how long in the time. So I just always look at that one. You just concentrate on one thing.
Yeah. You see, but like I say, with that's what I want to be able to get some donations in. I need help getting donations. I not only want to do Phoenix, I want to go to Chandler, Goodyear, because all of them need it. Eventually I got one I'm starting up in Iowa right now too. It's going to open up this year in Iowa. See, I'm trying to find people that I can trust, that I can put around with this. So, because this is not, this is a need, and people don't think it. You got veterans in there that need help too. I'm not, a lot of them need help there, and able to get a good meal every now and then, like I thought I've been thinking eventually I will do is I would go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, buy some chicken, for your low sodium, you pull off the skin. For your diabetic, you pull off the skin. And your peri, you give to the kitchen and let them peri it up, and then you got your regular diet. They would enjoy just having that taste in their mouth, because at the
you could probably get somebody who does one of those barbecue trucks to donate their time for that.
Yeah.
I mean, those. Yeah, you probably get somebody to do that.
Food truck.
Yeah, they have those guys that have the big barbecuers that make the the pulled pork and the brisket and the chicken and all that stuff.
Yeah, they would love it. That would be a different taste, why I did that. That's personal to me because I was in the hospital 9 months. I got metal rods in both legs, knee to the ankles, 2 metal rods in my back, a metal plate in my right shoulder, and a metal rod down my left femur. But I didn't give up on life. I'm still fighting. I drive. I work at the football stadium. I donate that money to the nonprofit. I do whatever I can to keep myself active and busy, So that's what I need. I need more support, donations, people that want to come out and help with doing the Kearney Foundation, And, it's easy to contact me. You can look me up on Facebook. Let me see. Michelle, I got a website. I finally got a website. I even was interviewed by Channel 3 News this last year.
Okay,
Joe, what I'll do is if you send me that information, your website, and Yeah, and then if you have like Instagram or anything like that, if you send me all that information, just email that to me. And what I'll do is I'll make sure it's in this episode as well
Okay.
as, and so that people can access it. Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, it's a beautiful thing. When you go to, sometime when like it was 10 of us that we was able to go inside this year and pass. I did it the first year, but 10 people plus a few kids came and helped me. And a few people broke down and started crying because they seen how much joy they brought to these people's lives. I'm telling you, it's a trip.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, my sisters, they work in my family, that's kind of what they work in a lot of nursing homes, group homes and stuff like that. And just hearing the stories, like they will go to the Goodwill and get clothes. Some people don't even have clothes.
That's
It's
what I.
like
That's
it's literally that, yeah, it's literally that bad where they don't have, adequate clothing and stuff like that. And they will go to like the Goodwill and get them clothes and take them clothes to the Goodwill and shoes.
Mhm.
I donate some of my shoes that I don't wear anymore. To I give them to my sisters and they give them to take them with them to people that need them or whatnot. So it is a need. It really is a need.
Yeah, because especially like this pandemic, who did the pandemic hit the hardest?
Nursing
Yeah.
homes.
People, they speaking on every. I love the kids now, but who the pandemic hit the hardest? And when the pandemic, now that the pandemic easing up, nobody's speaking about them no more. They was talking about how they was passing away, but now that they lost friends that they've been in there probably 4-5 years with talking with, and all of a sudden they disappear. And when you lose people like that, that's just like losing a brother and sister because y'all doing the same things and y'all around each other all the time. That's like losing a brother and sister, and they lose. So, like I say, this is just a little bit I could do for them. It's not about me. It's nobody on no payroll. It's about them. It all goes 100% to them.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So
So if somebody wants to find you on Facebook, how would you spell your name for the people who are listening?
it's Kearney. Kearney Foundation.
Cool.
Is that how it's listed on Facebook? So they can just type in Kearney Foundation and it'll pop up.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna send out Eric all the information for the website and everything. We just started the website, and I want to be able to add more. We did for the football for the kids. We had a sock drawing contest for the kids, and they drew different stuff on socks, and it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing, and we gave away what we do. We gave away little Amazon cards for the best ones. You know what I'm saying? That way, get the kids more involved. Because they're important too now. But they need to see that their elders. See, the elders are always forgetting. Without them, it wouldn't be no us.
It's true.
That's for real. And see these kids now today, half of them don't respect the elders, the way they talk to them and treat them.
That's Shawn. He doesn't respect me.
That ain't me.
Hey,
I
Joe.
mean, I'm not
me.
disagreeing.
Well, I mean, maybe you two, but I don't think you two count.
I have a question for Joe, though. Joe, I mean, it's great what you're doing. And you have a huge heart. I know it's about other people, but I want to know a little bit more about you, how you got injured. I mean, it sounds like you went through a lot, and
okay, well,
a little of your story.
I was doing a friend. I was living in the state of Iowa then, Des Moines, Iowa, and we had a little barbecue, and one of our friends, his girlfriend got mad and left. She lived in Minnesota, and she left him down there. So I got and picked up another friend, and we drove down. But I was working 2 jobs. I was working as a CNA at night, and I was driving school buses.
Oh wow.
I was trying to provide for my family. So I got down there good and everything, and I got tired. I knew I felt a feeling I was gonna get tired, so I turned the wheel over. And I told him, if you go to sleep, you get sleepy, just pull over. He didn't pull over. So from what I heard, this is because I was asleep. So this is when I woke up. My mother was there from California. My wife and kids was all around me, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But they say he hit the guardrail. Then he hit one of them poles. Then went in a ditch or ditch of water, and we rolled over 3 times. And when they found me, I was up underneath the glove compartment. Me and the front tire was underneath the glove compartment together. And they pronounced me dead. And then I was unconscious for 9 days. They had me, they thought I was gonna die. And when I come through, I had all the metal in me except the shoulder one. And they told me I would be in an eggshell the rest of my life, but God didn't see that. So I fought back, and I couldn't even, when I come home after the 9 months, I couldn't even stay out the bed. I couldn't even stay out the bed 3 hours before I had to get back down. And then God give me strength, and I just start fighting back. I would go, because they had at one time you can go to the movies and get in for free if you're in a wheelchair. So I used to go at 12 o'clock, go watch a movie, go on another movie, fall asleep, wake up, and go to another movie, and ride my wheelchair all the way back home. So, or I would go fishing. I love to fish. So, I like to be outside really, and I do, I don't mind helping people. I don't care if you rich or you're a bag lady. I don't mind helping people. I talk to them all. There's no big eyes and little U's with me, because we all have our own demons.
I have a lot of them sometimes.
And that's the story about me, how I got in my wheelchair. And I bet it's going on this year, be 19 years.
Okay.
19 years.
Yeah.
My 2 youngest sons was.
Well, we're
10
glad
and
you made
12.
it. That's for sure. You're making an impact. You're doing good things in the community. That's a good thing.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Sometimes there's always that glass half full thing, right? Like, what would you be doing otherwise if you weren't if you hadn't had this experience in your life, right? Like, would you be out here making such an impact on other people's lives? So,
as you get older, you get wiser. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what that is?
Right.
I don't know about these
Eric.
2 guys.
Not Eric.
I got a major project right now I'm working on. I'm working with an individual right now. Okay, he's diabetic. He had one of his legs amputated. And I went to go see him last Saturday, and I looked at him, looked like he's giving up on life, and he's same age I am. And I let him know, man, you got to build your strength up. Get up out that bed and build your strength up. You can do more than you think you can do.
Yep.
And, he's only been doing it 5 years.
It's hard, as we all know that it's hard. It's not even just hard physically, it's hard mentally. I think my niece was over the weekend, and not my niece and her friend that came and went swimming over the weekend. And her friend, I was getting out the shower and getting ready to whatever. And so she looked at me as I came out the room. She said, "Is it hard being in a wheelchair?" And I tried to explain. I explained to her. I said, "Yeah, some days it's harder than others." She said, "Woo!" She said, "Because you went through a lot just to get dressed, to put your shoes on." And she's 10 years old, and she was like, "Oh Lord, just to even get ready to go to the pool, to sit outside with the kids, it's hard." And mentally, that's the reason why I always say us as individuals that somewhat got it halfway together, need to reach out to other people and just be what's the word I'm looking for, Shawn? Something. We need to be something to somebody else.
Advocates.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think one thing that we all have in common is that we, at some point or another, had a perspective shift, right? I mean, we were able to shift our perspective into the fact that we don't see it as all negative, right? This is
Mhm.
not a negative necessarily life or situation that we live in. It's just part of us. And then it has granted us opportunities to see things differently. Right? I see the world much differently than much more people than almost everybody that I know that who
Mhm.
walks. I see you see everything differently. And if you can use that perspective to make good in the
Mhm.
world or people's lives or even in your own life,
Mhm.
you're doing it right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to think even for the simplest reason. Even the
Mhm.
park in a parking spot, you just can't do like a parking spot. Oh, that's a good spot. It's close. Boom. You got to
I
make sure
wish.
you can get yourself in and out your car without somebody blocking you.
No,
Sometimes,
I'm gonna tell you. I love the hand. I love my disabled parking. I wish somebody would. I wish I would put. I tell look. I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. Get out
but
my spot
you got
because I
some
need to
people that
open my door.
some people don't have a bad disability, but then all the handicapped parking spots is filled. So like myself, I'm gonna have to go way out and take 2 parking spots so I be all right. So when I come out, I ain't blocked in nowhere.
I'm more worried about people scratching my car. I ain't gonna need a lot to you. Like I ain't gonna let they don't scratch my car. I want you.
Yeah.
I want you to scratch. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, please don't scratch my car. I don't want no scratches on my car,
That's
and I don't want to scratch
hilarious.
my scratch.
That's
I don't want
right.
to scratch my car. But I'm the same way. I'm for like a lot of people that I deal with. I always say self care. You know me. Every time you see me, my nails gonna be done. My toes gonna be done. My hair gonna be fly. So little things like that to keep you going. I think that a lot of people that are disabled, they feel like they can't do these things, and you know what I'm saying? So when I go out, I advocate like, is your place accessible? You losing business, we get out here, we shop, we do everything. I mean, I will act a fool if I come to your place and I can't get in. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what, you just lost some money, and I'm gonna let my friends know that your place is not accessible because we shop, we get out in the world. So I try to, encourage young, women and men, like Shawn. Look at I compliment that beard all the time. Shawn is always on point, but it makes you feel good, don't it, Shawn? Though
I
you
mean,
know,
this is
and
pretty
it helps you
good.
with the door.
This is.
Eric, leave
I've been
me
trimming
alone.
up,
I'm trying to be.
Eric,
I'm
you're
trying to
like,
be.
To
You
go with your
looking
point,
great.
LaRonda, I was at PT the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a new pair, a new quad. He's a new quad, but he's a high functioning quad. They transferred him over to his chair, right? But then they left his pants like his shorts like riding all the way up, like you can see his whole thighs. And I'm like, come on, man, somebody's got to pull this dude's shorts down. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude can't just be sitting here like this. And he was like, yeah. And then so they pull his shorts on, and he had a smile on his face. And I'm like, dude, those are the things. Like, you can't just let somebody just not do that stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? He would have
Mm-hmm.
had to wheel out in the public afterwards with his shorts all up, like
Yeah.
looking like Daisy Dukes. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you don't need to be doing all that.
Right. Say it,
Yeah,
Shawn. Say.
I do that all the time. That's one thing I demand is my hygiene. I demand that. I don't just
Mm-hmm.
sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I demand it, and I try to tell a lot of people I see out there, you need to demand that. If they can't,
Mm-hmm.
they got the age to come in. They're gonna try to do as little as possible, but you got to demand certain things. And first thing that I tell them, first thing you got to get my hygiene right. And this is the way I need to be treated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm. Advocate.
I don't want no sores. And I say,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to keep a job, the object of this job is to keep me out of the hospital.
There you
Yep.
go. And it's
Yep.
about advocacy, teaching other people how to advocate for yourself. Because I feel like a lot of people's like, you can have a good support system. That's awesome. But you have to learn how to advocate for yourself and speak speak up for yourself. Like, even when I go out and people, they will talk. My niece is always with me just because she don't gotta be with me, but she always with me.
Enjoy
But
it.
people always talk like, I'm like, what the hell? I'm paying for her food. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they would just talk, they'll talk to her. And I'm saying, and my niece, she gets so frustrated. She's able to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's translating some stuff for me. And me, I tell them, I said, well, I know I'm way more educated than your dumb ass.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Lo-
have to learn how to advocate for yourself.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. Be talked down to because I'm in the wheel. Hold up, don't get you. I had body injury, no head injury. That's the best thing I can think real well.
Right.
LaRonda, next time if I see you with your niece, I'm going to talk to your niece.
Right. And you know what, Eric? Hey, it's an equal opportunity. I'll whoop your ass. You know that. So it's an equal. I can take you. I'll put you in a headlock. Try me.
Yes, you can.
Y'all gonna keep it, Eric. I would tell my niece record it so he I can ask you record this so I can put this on the podcast because I'm gonna whoop his ass today.
Speaking of, this is just a quick thing. In Brazil, they had the first ever wheelchair MMA fight last weekend.
Is that right?
What?
So look at Eric and LaRonda, you guys.
Hey,
We get set up.
Hey, I
I'm
would
gonna be the promoter. I'll be the promoter.
I'm just saying these arms, man. It would be bad for you, LaRonda. It would be bad.
Oh man.
Eric, come on now.
Going
Hey,
down.
Sean, if you put money in, who you gonna put money on?
LaRonda for sure.
Shawn.
Sorry, Eric.
I don't think you got what it takes, Eric. I think you're
Hold
a
on.
pacifist.
Right, Don. Who you gonna put money on, Don? Who you put money on?
I'm not.
Don?
Hey, I love Eric, but I'm not betting on him. I'm sorry, man. I got to go with LaRonda.
Hey, I'm gonna put $5 on both of y'all. That way I don't lose.
Well, you gonna wait because I'm gonna tell Eric ass.
Well, I need to get some odds in.
So, Shawn, how did this go? This wheelchair MMA fight? Did they kill
It
each
was
other?
mostly like boxing, like wheelchair boxing, but they used the small gloves and they gave them so if you fell out of your wheelchair, you would have the opportunity. The other person would have the opportunity to get out of their wheelchair too, and they could fight on the ground if they wanted to. But they did. The other guy didn't. The other guy wanted to kind of mostly box with them. So it was in a cage. It was in Brazil. And two guys, and they were just punching each other in the face. It was pretty fun.
I know that was a trip.
I need to see that because I can see me knocking you out. You're that one.
I got a longer reach than you do.
But they got the women and the men. No, don't get it wrong. They got the women and men to do their thing.
I know ghetto. You gonna swing that arm and I'm gonna move and I'm gonna catch you one. I'm gonna hit you one good time and you gonna feel it. I ain't gonna let you go come a second. My mama told me you fight men, you gotta get them one a good time.
You shouldn't be fighting men, no fighting men.
Yeah. The thing is, I wouldn't feel good about fighting you, LaRonda.
Huh?
Eric's already trying to find a way out.
Yeah, man.
Ronda's a sweet person.
Yeah.
Real sweet.
No, I whoop ass though.
She's
I
soft.
whoop ass.
She's soft too. Though you can talk like you want to, but I know you're soft.
I am. I'm soft. I'm really nice. That's why I do more damage because if I gotta fight you, you don't hurt my feelings. you don't hurt my feelings. So if I have to fight you, that's why I was like, he gonna hurt my feelings if you talk to my niece, and he knows, and he know me. So
I still might just do that.
And don't run. Look, don't be trying to push fast because I'm gonna get my tennis.
I'm gonna run to my car. I'm gonna run to my car.
Catch me if you can. That's right. Catch me if you can. But Rochelle, bring me a pair of socks. I want to show y'all a pair of how I was talking about how they draw on the socks and stuff. I do want to show y'all that. I'm gonna get a pair brought to me So you can see what I'm really talking about. But like I said, it's a beautiful thing now, and I'm so grateful to Eric for allowing this. You see can you see it?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
okay.
really nice.
Okay.
So
the
they got
kids,
hearts
oh,
on there, and like there's a big pink
You
heart
draw it on
on
there
it.
with,
Yeah. What do they
Oh.
draw it on with? Is it like
It's like a paint, you squeeze like come in uh see like this one here.
oh wow,
Oh, okay.
that's
that's cool.
nice.
That
That's
way they
nice.
don't slip. So that way they don't slip when they
Oh,
walking
that's
on.
like
So yeah, because
it's like a rubber
everybody don't.
grip or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
okay.
Very cool.
See, that's what I want. So I wanted to show so people really understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
You can get that little blue. You can get it either from Walmart, Amazon,
Yeah.
and let the kids. I should have did one for the NBA finals, but I might have a set up one for the NBA final to see how that go. I
You,
did the
you know, Joe,
Super.
it's a really good thing that you're doing. I used to work in a nursing home when I was a kid, when I was about 18 years old, and I can tell you, you're right on. I mean, people get. I hardly seen anyone come to visit. I mean,
Yeah.
birthdays or holidays. When I was working there, hardly anyone ever came to visit. And you know what? A little bit of attention goes a long ways. I
Yeah.
mean, those people, when those are our elders, like you said, and when they're stuck there, a little bit of attention, man, that gives them a reason not to check out.
Yeah.
But
That's the funniest.
30 minutes. What's 30 minutes once
Yeah.
a week? You know
And
what
they
I'm
got
saying?
the best stories. The
I was
best
just gonna
stories.
say, they have the best stories. I used to read when I was in high school. You have to do your volunteer. So I used to volunteer at the nursing home. We used to go and read to the elderly. And those are the best stories. I mean, it will have you laughing. Just let them talk and just yeah, I heard some stories. I learned a couple things from them
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah, they got that experience. You think you've been through something.
Right.
They've been through twice as much as we did.
Yeah.
And
Right.
because even with all the time changes, the world is going in different directions now. The way the crazy stuff is going on, they seen a lot worse, believe me, and they had a lot worse. Even though their gas maybe was 99 cents a gallon, we paying $5 a gallon, but it was just as hard as paying that 99 cent then as paying this $5. It's not harder for some of them.
Yep.
Some of them didn't have cars; they had to use the bus. They had to walk. A lot of them had to walk. It's up there now, And I just want people to recognize that because
Yep.
and people don't realize if they keep living, they're gonna be old one day too.
That's right.
And you know, they're gonna have stories to tell to their kids and grandkids. But if their kids and grandkids don't come see them, how can they tell them anything or help them with anything? They don't know because they're in a nursing home. Everybody's not in there because of mentally, they may be physical,
Yeah.
and then not only that, you have some of them have young kids in there. Some of these nursing homes have kids
Yeah.
15 years old, younger. And their family done gave up on them. Their mama and them couldn't even see them.
Yep. And that's one of the things that for me, when I was in the nursing home, that part right there that you just said, that was very depressing. It's almost like that person doesn't have the support system anymore. So now they got to live in a nursing home for the rest of their lives, and I tell you what, one of the major things about having a disability is really having support, and as much as I like to be independent, and I like to be completely independent as much as possible. I got to tell you, to have a little bit of support goes a long ways for me,
Yeah.
and I got a lot of support. I got a lot of family support. I got a lot of support but just a
Mhm.
little bit of, just that person being there and saying, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
It means a lot.
And see, they was happy when you was going into work, they was happy to see you. And they was looking forward to the days you was coming in to see you. I had one lady, when I worked in a nursing home, that lady, excuse what I'm finna say, but I'm finna say it like it is. The woman used to call me a nigga. Older than
Ooh, yeah.
that.
Are you interested?
It didn't bother me, because I understood where she came from. But you know what? When I worked there, that woman didn't want nobody else to clean her up but me. And she would act the fool because she knew when I finished with her, she was going to be clean and everything was going to be put together right. Even if I wasn't working that wing, I had to give her one of my people in order to take her on. And I got employed a year for doing that, And that's, like I say, like when you work there, they look forward to the aides that's coming there so they can talk to them. If some of them know you're supposed to be there, where was you at last night? You wasn't here yesterday, I had a day off.
Well, I'm gonna have to high five you because you was a good one. Because I don't know if I could have did that one. I'm just gonna be honest.
But see, I had to look at where I was working at
Yeah.
and the people I was dealing with because, that's just like anything else. Things were taught to them.
Exactly.
And they had no control over it. And then, she had some mental issues, but she knew she was clean when I was working with her. She knew she was gonna be fed good. She wasn't gonna have food all over her face and not be cleaned back up. She's gonna be good. She ain't gonna smell like urine or damn or nothing like that, And that makes a big difference, man, because when you're out there talking to people, and you smell like urine or BM, they ain't gonna want to talk to you. They're not gonna even respect you. But see, when you go out there and you're clean and you're fresh, you're smelling good, no matter if you're big man, little man, and you can demand your respect for them to talk to you just like they would talk to a person standing up. And that's a big issue,
True. Febreze. Look at me. You keep some Febreze around.
Well, I mean, even that, not even that. You got to be maintenance, right? You got to change your bags if you have a super pubic catheter. You got to change your catheters. You got to do, you know what I mean? You got to wash your clothes. You got to do things like that make a difference.
Yes, it does.
You can't just skip out on all that stuff just because you're in a chair. It actually you got to do it more.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you smell real fast.
Yeah.
Right.
And I explain to people they send a lot of aides in here for me to train them. I know what they be doing, but I explain to them, the worst sore you can get is the one on your body. That's the one that kill you faster than any one other sores on your body. You can heal the ones, the rest of them, but you get that one on that bottom, that is very hard to see it heal, and it's very easy to get infected. And that's what you see and see by me. I don't do the wipes and all that. I use soap and water in a rag. I use real soap and water. And that's what I require for myself. I don't know. Everybody got their stuff now that they spray in the hospital and just wipe you down. I tell them, no, go get soap and water. You got plenty of rags in there. That's what I tell them, because
me and Laronda, we're wipes. We're white. We're over the.
Sounds like you guys are very knowledgeable about this with each other.
Because we know. I got my huggy wipes that carry them in the back of my chair. They be on my bag. I keep my huggy wipes on me. I know some soap and water too. I bathe in the morning. I bathe at night. But in between, I tap it with some wipes.
When you guys, if you get up, like my mama say, you leave your house clean. You may look rough when you get home, but make sure you're clean when you walk up out the door.
Let me tell you, Joe, I'm not Laronda. I guarantee you I'm gonna find a bathroom and I'm gonna tap, do what I gotta do. I'm that person. I'm that person.
Double tap.
Right, double. Tell them again.
That's right. You don't see me. You never see me going there looking bad.
No, you haven't. You always keep well put together. Like I said, and like it's because you demand that. You know what I'm saying? It's you demand that. Like
19 years, 19 years in
yeah.
November, man, and that's just like that's a child from a child to a grown person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. Right now,
Joe,
I tell people you can go to the
you look really
99 cent
good.
store.
Joe, you look good, but you look a lot better in a Green Bay Packers shirt.
Tell them, Don. Tell them, Don.
I can send you one if you want.
Don, don't take the card. Don't take the card, Don. Don't take
That's
the
my
card.
boy.
I told you they got counseling for that. I'm telling you, it's
That's
free.
my boy. That's my boy. Get
Hey,
him,
so-
Don. Get him, Don.
You know it, Laronda. Yeah. So I have to ask though, tell me about the Cowboys. You're a huge fan. Obviously, you got Cowboy stuff behind you there on the wall. You got a Cowboy shirt on.
I done been to both stadiums. I went in 2008 and I watched Emmitt Smith and Jerry Rice go in.
Wow.
And, I got pictures with both of them. I even got a picture with Ronnie Lott.
That's
You
awesome.
know, but see what made me a Cowboys fan, I grew up in California. And there was a guy we knew that his brother-in-law was Efren Herrera, the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys way back in the day. So we used to go to Sherman Oaks all the time and go watch the Cowboys practice. If I know what I know now, I had Danny Weiss, Roger Staubach,
Oh yeah.
Tony Dorsett, I had Harvey Martin and Billy Joe Dupree, and I had all their autographs and everything, which be worth millions right now, probably a good $1,000. But it didn't mean I had the big pictures, the posters with all their signatures on it and everything.
Wow.
It didn't, but I've been a Cowboy fan ever since, and I love football. That's why I work at the football stadium. I can't afford to go, but I can't afford to pay, so I get to go to games for free. And I said they pay me to watch football.
That's nice.
That's
You watch the Cardinals?
Yeah, hey, the Cardinals ain't gonna play against the Cardinals all the time. They got other teams that come in. Every now and then the Cowboys come in, and I get a hard time at the job, but we have fun, And, that's what I do. I have fun, laugh. That's my life. That's what I want to do. Because like I tell anybody, even though we doing what we doing, but we decrease faster than others. We do.
Yeah.
So I just I'm enjoying life. I'll be 56 this year, and I'm enjoying life.
Oh, that's right.
So that's what I tell everybody. Life's too short to be stuck on one thing. If you got a problem, deal with it and go past it and keep on going. Enjoy life. See what I didn't see every state except Alaska.
Wow.
And I ain't going to Alaska.
I think there's something
cold.
really important in what you just said, that you love football and you found a way to be able to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only be a part of it, but be paid to be a part of it. And look, I try to tell people this all the time. Like, you have to figure out something that you enjoy, because if you can figure out what you enjoy, then you can go and search out an opportunity, right? And find a way to be part of that. Not only part of that opportunity, but be part of the community, and then be part of maybe getting a job there, maybe finding a way to get up every day because that's what you love to do. Oh, I just can't wait to go on Sunday and work at the Arizona Cardinal Stadium. I wake up on Monday thinking about it. I wake up on Tuesday thinking about it. Wednesday thinking about it. Thursday thinking about it. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, there's something important in that.
And see, not only that, like right now they're doing graduations. You get to do concerts, and we're not only affiliated here. When they have big events down in Las Vegas, now that they got the new stadium in Vegas, we get to go down there and work too.
Nice.
If they ain't got a game here, we can go work the Raiders game down there. I went to a rave for the first time in my life
Oh,
down there.
Nice.
Hey,
that sounds
hey,
fun.
I couldn't believe what I seen and who I said, man, these people older than me. What they doing? You know?
They living their best life. Living their
Hey,
best life. I'm gonna tell you my favorite commercial was the Beyonce, the vacation one, it's the Airbnb. I love that. What's it called? The vacation with the two older couples.
Yeah.
I love that commercial. I love that commercial.
I
They
was-
live in life.
I did that concert when Beyonce and Jay-Z was here. I was there. I
Me too.
went out there on the thing and sat there and watched it just like I was one of the people.
Yeah, I paid to go though.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Good for you. Good for you, man. I appreciate it. I know everybody who's listening and probably appreciate it. Everybody that you touch on a single day-to-day basis, and with your foundation appreciates it. We appreciate you coming on and talking to us. And I'm definitely gonna be looking for you on Facebook. I don't do much Facebook anymore, but I'll get on there just to throw a like at you and a share. Don't you worry.
Okay.
And
Well, I gotta say,
we appreciate you. Any final thoughts from any of you, everybody else?
I just
Thanks
want
for
to,
coming.
Joe. Yeah, thanks for coming, Joe. It was really a pleasure to have you.
yeah, I'm gonna mail all that information to you so you can put it on the site so they can have it.
Okay. Yep. That sounds great.
Okay. I thank you. I am grateful for y'all allowing me to come do it.
And
You
keep
know.
doing what you're doing, Joe. You're doing a fantastic thing.
Yeah,
Hopefully we can help support you.
Yeah, stay in contact with
keep
me.
us updated too. Like figure out a way to connect with the Spinal Cord Injury Association so that way we can be updated.
I deal with Karen all the time.
Okay, there you go.
I deal with Karen all the time. I'm ready to get ready on that camp on the ramp. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get to that. Try to go to that
Awesome.
I'm doing it this year too. I'll see you there.
in September. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the Social Security portion. So yep. So I'll be here, but I think I'm gonna go to a hotel though. No, I'm just playing.
What?
You can be glamping.
No,
You know, can't you glamp?
that's the whole experience.
Huh?
It's bunk bed. You don't like bunk beds? You don't like cabins with a bunch of beds in there, sleeping in groups?
Look at
It's called glamp. It's called glamp with a ramp.
Yeah, I laugh. I laugh. You talking about somebody laugh? Oh, I have a ball.
I heard it's really nice.
Yeah.
But it still ain't got no hotel.
Oh, it's pretty rough out there.
You don't get free
That's
soap.
why it's called camp on the ramp.
That's right. It's camping.
Don, have you been? Have any has
I've
any
been
one
there
of
a
you guys?
couple times. It was pretty.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
And the food.
Don probably
the
built
food ain't half
the
bad.
cabin.
No, they said she said I'm from understanding if you go and you're a presenter, you get your own cabin. I'm hoping I'm gonna find something out. I'm gonna figure it out.
I got to talk with someone to make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I referee the wheelchair basketball. When they had the wheelchair basketball games, I try to referee it.
I'm so mad at him.
These two soon. I think we got a new beef
Set
started.
up that fight.
You know what I'm saying?
Set it up.
If I roll up and they say Eric, because of Eric, you have to share a bunk. Ooh. Eric,
Oh my God.
It's gonna be hell to pay. It ain't gonna be a rock in Arizona. You can't be up.
And you know, I know those people. I
know you do.
Oh God.
I know, but so I'm hoping. No, I can't stay. I can't bunk it. I can't tell you a bunk.
Well,
bed.
consider it mentoring.
Yeah, see, there's gonna be a lot of young women in there that need some.
That's right. They need guidance, LaRonda.
That's okay. I have a car. I would drive there every morning and do what I got to do, and I would drive to my hotel at nighttime.
That costs more.
LaRonda, just make sure you're not on the bottom bunk of somebody who wets the bed.
That's what.
I
Look, and then they can, you know, they can't get up fast enough to run to the bathroom, so it go dribble back. No, 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 no.
Oh man, I'd pay admission just to see your face on that deal.
Hey, that's what's, that's
we
what's
might
good
have to
about
make
the
that
camera.
happen.
Got the camera on the phone. You can do it.
We might have to make that happen. But at one point you said you would go camping. I mean, this is a far stretch from actual camping.
No, I have to be in the cabin first. I said I will eventually have to work my way up to it. I will do it if it first I got to be in the cabin to get the experience, and then I will consider doing a tent. I don't sleep well in rooms with other people unless you my man. You my man. We sleeping in a room together. But I ain't sleeping in a room. I don't do well with sleeping in a room. I won't sleep. It'll be where I'll be angry in the morning. No, I don't sleep well. I'm just gonna be honest. Unless you're a man.
I say you stick Eric and Laronda in the same room.
Oh, we would never sleep because we'll be fighting.
I snore too, so you know.
I would get in my chair. Look, I get in my chair and pull a mattress up under you.
Wow.
Because I'm a light sleeper. That's the reason why I'm a really light sleeper. You know, so I hear everything, like everything.
Oh yeah,
So,
you would not do well with me.
Well, look, guys, I got a hard exit.
All right. Okay.
I appreciate
All righty.
you so much,
And
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Joe Kearney, the Kearney Foundation. Everybody,
Yeah.
check it out on Facebook. They got he's got a website. If you're watching YouTube, you can click all these links underneath or wherever. If you're listening to it, hopefully Eric will put the links down there too. Yeah, check it out. He's doing good things for the community. We appreciate you, Joe. Don, good to see you. Mr. K. Rogers, it's always a pleasure to see you. Laronda, you know I love you.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Peace.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace.
See ya.